Hey there, fellow explorer, and welcome to a special Espirito edition of the Deep Dive.
Espirito.
Yeah, Espirito Deep, you could say.
I like that.
You know, it's Italian for expert. Welcome back, everyone, for another Deep Dive today. And today, we are going all in on a big one.
Yeah.
We're talking Oktoberfest,
Oktoberfest, yeah.
which I'm sure you are all familiar with.
Yeah.
So Oktoberfest...
The world's largest Volksfest.
That's right, the world's largest Volksfest. And a big celebration of Bavarian culture.
Absolutely.
But it's called Oktoberfest.
Right.
But most of it actually takes place in September.
That's right.
So
A little bit of a contradiction there.
that's one of the things we're going to dive into today.
Yeah.
We're gonna look at the history of Oktoberfest,
Yeah.
how it started and how it's evolved, into the global phenomenon it is today.
Exactly.
And we're going to try to do it all, relatively quickly.
In a nice, concise package.
That's right. So,
Yeah.
Oktoberfest starts with a
Well, let's go back to the very beginning.
yeah,
It all starts with a wedding.
a royal wedding
A royal wedding.
in 1810.
1510, that's right.
Crown Prince Ludwig.
Who would later become King Ludwig I.
That's right. Married Princess Therese of Saxe-Hildburghausen on October 12th.
On October the 12th.
And, it wasn't just like a private event.
No, this was a big public affair.
Yeah, they invited the entire city.
They invited all the citizens of Munich to join in the celebrations, which is just incredible to think about, right?
Yeah. I mean, can you imagine a royal wedding today? Where they're just like, everybody come on down.
I know.
But yeah, so that's what they did. And the main event
Yeah.
of this big celebration was a horse race.
A series of horse races
That's right.
held on a field just outside the city gates.
And that field is...
That's right. That field is the Theresienwiese,
Okay.
named after Princess Therese.
Okay.
So Therese's meadow.
So it was named for her right then.
That's right then and there.
Wow.
And the celebration was so popular, they decided to do it again the following year.
So that's how it started.
That's how it got started.
A horse race.
And now today we think about beer tents and, oompa bands and...
Yeah, so how do we get from there to there?
Well, it was a gradual evolution.
Yeah.
It
Was it just like bam overnight?
No.
Okay.
So agricultural fairs were introduced.
Right.
So people could showcase local produce. And then you started to have food and drink stands popping up.
Okay, so that makes
Yeah.
sense. Like if you have a big,
You got to feed people.
yeah, big gathering, you're going to need some food.
Right. Sustenance.
And then, of course, the beer comes in.
Of course, the beer.
Right.
But it wasn't those big beer tents that we think of today.
Right.
It was probably just little small booths at first.
Those little stalls.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And then those, I guess, gradually evolved into
Into those massive structures that we know today.
right, the huge tents.
Yeah.
And,
And then, of course, the festival was moved to September.
right, because October in Munich,
Could be a little chilly,
yeah, could be a
a
little
little predictable.
unpredictable.
So September is much nicer weather.
Yeah, much better for an outdoor festival.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense.
And that's how we get to the Oktoberfest we know today.
Right, with millions of visitors every year
Millions.
from all over the world.
It's a global phenomenon.
And it's in that same spot.
That's right. The Theresienwiese.
Wow, okay.
Theresa's meadow.
Wow.
Same place.
And of course, we have,
Balzac. The food.
yeah, it's not just about the beer.
No. It's a whole Bavarian cultural experience.
Right. There's the traditional Bavarian musics, the food, the atmosphere.
And, of course, the beer.
Yeah, of course, the beer. And those giant beer tents.
Are run by Munich's 6 major breweries.
Okay.
Augustiner Hackropshore Hofbrau München, Löwenbräu Paulaner, and Spaten.
And there's a very specific rule
Oh, yes. Very strict rule.
about the beer.
Only beer brewed within the Munich city limits is allowed to be served.
Okay. So it has to be local.
Local beer only.
Wow. That's a pretty serious commitment.
Yeah, they take their beer seriously. And you see people everywhere wearing the traditional Bavarian clothing.
Oh, yeah, the lederhosen
For the men and the
for
dirndl.
the women. It's really a sight to see.
And the food, too, right?
Oh, the food.
And all that traditional Bavarian food.
Roasted chicken sausages, pretzels, all that good stuff.
Yeah, it's all very hearty,
Stick to your ribs.
Yeah, definitely pairs well with the beer. And how does Oktoberfest officially get started?
Well, the mayor of Munich taps the first keg
Uh-huh.
and shouts, "Ozaft it is."
And what does that mean?
It's tapped.
Okay.
So that signals the official start of the festival.
Okay. So he taps the keg, yells it's tapped, and then everybody starts drinking.
pretty much.
Okay. And then there's also those parades, right?
The parades are fantastic. You have the grand entry of the Oktoberfest landlords and breweries, and then there's a traditional costume parade. It's really a celebration of Bavarian culture and history.
Yeah, and then on top of all that, there's, all the fairground rides and
Mm.
games. Yeah, there's something for everyone. It's a huge party.
And then,
And it's not just in Munich anymore.
right? Yeah,
You see Oktoberfest celebrations
all over the world.
all over the world.
It's become a global phenomenon.
That's right.
Um,
And they often incorporate local traditions, too.
okay, so it's not just like,
It's not just a carbon copy of the Munich Oktoberfest. It's
Yeah.
Oktoberfest with a local twist.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's really kind of amazing to think about how Oktoberfest has evolved.
From a royal wedding celebration
Yeah.
to this massive global phenomenon.
Yeah, and it just goes to show you
Yeah.
how much people love to, celebrate and have a good time.
Especially with beer and good food.
Exactly. So we've seen how Oktoberfest has evolved, over more than 200 years, from a small local celebration into this global party. And it's really fascinating to think about why this particular celebration has had such staying power. Like what is it about Oktoberfest that resonates with people all over the world? Is it the beer, the food, the music, the atmosphere? Maybe it's the sense of community. Or maybe it's just a chance to let loose and have some fun. It's probably a combination of all of those things. But whatever it is, it's clear that Oktoberfest is here to stay. And it's going to continue to evolve and change in the years to come. But one thing that's for sure is that people are always going to be looking for an excuse to get together and have a good time.
Absolutely.
And that's what Oktoberfest is all about. So until next time,